Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to go through my collection of Digimon games. First game I'm going to look at is Digimon World on the PS1. This game was it is my favourite game I have ever played. It was the first RPG I ever played. Before that, all I ever played was platformers. Started off things like Sonic the Hedgehog, moved on to when I got the PS1 that I was only playing things like Ape Escape and what was it? Crash Bandicoot, Rayman, just to name a few. But this was the first RPG I ever played, and it just opened up a whole new horizon of games that I was wanting to play. It brought me on to play Breath of Fire 3, which I will do a review on at some point at a later date, which is another one of my favourite games. I'd say it was probably my second favourite of all of them. But it's not that great of an RPG. It's just that it was the first one I ever played, and that's why there's so much sentiment in it. Um, Basically, in this game, it's like a V pet or Tamagotchi, where you're given a monster, and you have to I don't know, mind it, care for it, feed it, and all this, battle with it, and it'll eventually grow. I think it was before Mega. You can only go as far as Ultimate in this game. It wasn't the first Digimon game that was brought out. I don't actually have the first Digimon game that came out. The first Digimon game that came out, I think it was released in 1998, was on the Sega Saturn. It was called Digimon Version S, which was basically, if you see my review on the Digimon Version 20, it was basically, I think, the first 4 or 5 versions of that all put into a Sega Saturn game in color. I think it was basically like that with a Tamagotchi. I think there was a map or something that you navigated around and you battled on to take over areas or something. I don't know too much about it. I haven't played it. It's one of the games I'm missing in my collection. I have a few that I still need to get or that I want to get. Um, but this is the first game that I have, the earliest one I have, which the second game came out. The games came out on the PS1, the Wonder Swan, eventually branched out to the PS2. Then there was a few on the GameCube, Xbox. Then they went on to Nintendo DS, which I'll talk about all those later on. Yeah, but that's basically what this was. Basically, their city is in trouble. All the Digimon have kind of dispersed around the island, and you have to go around. You have to get them back, recruit them back to the city, and fight the guy who's causing all their brains to go kind of screwy or something like that. That's basically all that happens. This is my original copy of it. It's in bits since I had it when I was like 7 or 8 years old and I was an ape. Uh, Disc was scratched to pieces. Stopped working when I was like what? I was 8 when I got it. I think I was about 14 and it stopped working. But I didn't care because I got sick of Digimon. I hated it for a while, just because I felt like I was too old for it or something like that. Uh, but the first game that got me back into it then was this one. This game got me back into Digimon, and I started collecting, and so I've got all these games, and I collected them all back up again. But yeah, stopped giving a shit at this game. And then that was that. Next game I have, I'm in Europe, as you can see, with the PAL games and all that. So we didn't get Digimon World 2 for some reason. I don't know. I played it. It's a great little dungeon crawler. It's cool. I would love to play more. I'm going to actually pick it up at some point. But yeah, this is basically just a card game. There's not much to it. You pick your starter Digimon. You get to pick between Vmon, Armadillomon, Hawkmon, and you put them in your deck. And you have a deck formed out of that kind of a card. Um, I haven't really played through it in completion. I think I got as far as the Iceland or something like that, whatever it was called. I can't remember. I haven't played it in months. Um, it's an enjoyable game. There's a nice bit to it if you like strategy kind of card game things, which at the time I did, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon card game, things like that. Never got into Magic, but I'll talk about card games another time. Yeah, good game anyways. I would recommend this one. This game here, great game. A lot of people have actually claimed this to be the best Digimon game of the early ones, because it's very similar to Digimon Story series. which is more your common kind of RPG turn-based battles, things like that. It's similar to Pokemon. You can have a team of, I think, 3 Digimon or something like that, and you go around, you battle gyms. There's a storyline that goes on with it. You have to go through all that, and then you continue. Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. Um, yeah. So after that, I think was this one. I haven't, like I said, haven't got any PS2 games, so I'm going to have to try and pick up a few of them so I can go over them properly. This game, which took what was introduced in Digimon World 2003, or Digimon World 3 in America, this game took it and improved on it so much. Much larger roster of Digimon in it. I think you can carry 6 with you at one time, 3 in battle. Oh my god, it was just such a good game. There's stupid little side missions and things you generally see in a JRPG. It was still enjoyable. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say much more than that. These games, they released something like Pokemon. Two of them, 2 different versions. Depending on what version you got different Digimon. You start with different Digimon, different subquests and stuff, but overall main story is the exact same. I think there was a much larger roster again than this one over here. These ones had a bigger roster, but there was some great Digimon, some OGs, some new ones, some stuff that you probably wouldn't have seen, more obscure, like Pokemon, things like that. But yeah, I like these 2 games. This game here is what got me back into Digimon. I wanted to get back into it for a while. My Digimon World game was broken, couldn't play it. Wanted to get back into it, so I seen this one, which had come out at the time, 2007, I think it was. Says, screw it, I want to buy it, I'll get it. Funny story. Bought it twice. Well, 3 times now, but these 2 are fakes. Got them on eBay. I clocked a lot of hours into them. I really enjoyed them. I even my brother got this one, he gave it to me then, and then bought that one. Just kind of, I like to have a complete collection, all legit, genuine copies. I don't like fake copies of any game. Yeah, so that's that. Great games, I highly recommend them. After that came this game, Digimon World Championship, which went back to the idea of, I don't know, automatic kind of fighting, real time battles. You couldn't control your Digimon. It was the same thing, just a VPET. I don't know if there was a limit, but it was based on weight. With how many Digimon you can have. Again, a large roster of Digimon. Some great ones, some common ones you'd see all the time, like Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, things like that. They failed to use Season 4 a lot, which I'd like to see more of. But overall, I still enjoyed this game as well. I haven't clocked half as much hours in it, but I did enjoy it. It was released for the 15th anniversary, I think, of Digimon. It was in 2008. It introduced this guy here, Dracomon. Still one of my favorite Digimon since. Also, Victory Greymon, who I really, really like. So once that one had come out, then they started releasing them on PlayStation again through the PSP. Firstly, with this one here. Digimon World redigitized. It went back to its roots from the Digimon World game, in that you'd build a city. This time, again, larger roster. Took out a few Digimon that weren't, or that were in the original Digimon game. Really improved on the mechanics of everything, though. I really enjoyed this one. It was such a great game. So yeah, there was more to say on that, but I will leave until I get to the 3DS version of it. This game, I love this game. It's Digimon Adventure for the PSP. It was basically taking the story from the Digimon Adventure anime and adapted it into a game. Such a good game. Yeah, so you just play through the story of the anime. You do eventually unlock a side mission. I think you unlock side missions at the end where you play through. I think it was the first movie with the Oboromon, and then there was a crossover bit with all these guys. I can't remember much about it. I haven't played in so long. But yeah, another game genuinely like didn't get released over here. I think it really should have because it would have sold well, being the nostalgia even of it. Yeah, good game. This is the 3DS version of Digimon World Redigitized. This is called Digimon World Redigitized Decode. They've added an awful lot to this. There was a larger roster of Digimon. They introduced the X antibodies. There was extra missions. There was so much put into this game. Extra. I don't know. Never came out over here. I'm really like saddened that it didn't come out over here because I think more people should have got to play this game. This game was just amazing. It really took what was brought in the first Digimon World game and the Digimon Redigitize and built on it so much. There was so much added extra into it. The mechanics for the care and all that was really kind of tweaked a little bit better. Yeah, just really disappointed it never came out over here properly. A lot of history behind this game. This game was the first game to have been released outside of Japan since I think Digimon World Championship in 2008. This one came out. I can't remember. Yeah, this one came out in 2014. Much like the other Digimon Rumble games, I was just fighting. This one was more kind of, they tried putting a storyline for each Digimon. There was a small roster, like tiny, mostly made up of season 1 characters. I would have liked to have seen more season 2, season 3 more onwards. But I don't know, it was only kind of made just to test the waters, I think, for releasing more. Good game. I suppose I wouldn't be as happy with this game as the rest of them. So, but because it opened up the options for Bandai Namco to bring over more Digimon games, I'm happy with it. Then we have Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, brought out PS4, PS Vita in Japan. Actually, we got a PS Vita version of this as well. But the thing was, it was digital. A lot of people were kind of miffed that it came out digital and not physical. But I don't know, I was happy. I bought PS4 literally just to play this game. And while this game was coming out over here, they had actually released Digimon World Next Order in Japan for the PS Vita. This game, for the Vita version, it sucks. It's kind of shitty. The textures not really what kind of messed it up, I think. What I think, anyways. It was really easy up until the end point when it kind of started to get a bit harder. Yeah, they did announce it for over here. Then we got that over here. They didn't announce it to come out over here. We got it on PS4. Really helped along with it. The game was much better. It's a direct sequel then to, I think, Digimon World 1. Yeah, it was a great game. I enjoyed it. They did give you 2 Digimon instead of 1, which a lot of people would have been used to, but you fuse them through joggers to get like Omegamon and things like that. Pyle Dramon, Imperial Dramon, Platinum Mode. There's some great ones on it. Like, not a large roster of Digimon, because a lot of them are recolors. I don't like recolors. They're grand when they were like in Digimon World 1 when the recolors were just enemies. I didn't mind that, but when Digimon that you can obtain are recolors, I wasn't that gone on that. But I do like the game. I did enjoy it. There was some great Digimon on it that I liked. I would say my main issue was just recolors. New game coming out is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Supposed to be going on at the same time span as Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth from another fella's eyes. I haven't actually, or from another fella's perspective. I haven't read into it much. I always read up on these games when they're coming out, and I don't know. I kind of just want to leave this one be a bit of a surprise. Just kind of, I don't know, enhance the experience a bit, kind of freshen things up. But I don't know. I'll see. That's my collection of Digimon games. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, leave comments, all that good shit. Yeah, I'll be back another time. I'll probably do a review of Breath of Fire 3 next. Great game. Yeah, I'll talk about that then. Thanks very much for watching. Like I says, bye.